Man, what a day. Rixia has been finally revealed to be Yin to everyone.
I can't believe Yin was Rixia all along. I was positive that Yin was a man.
She must have been doing something to disguise her appearance when she was in that form. Whatever it was, it seemed like she could even change the shape of her body.
Is that humanly possible? Then again, we've been coming across plenty of people who are anything but normal lately. I would like to think that it was not just our mental stress at the times we have crossed paths with Yin that caused the confusion. Actually, you do not seem very surprised about all this, Lloyd.
Yeah, it's because I'm not. A little while ago, I had a conversation with Rixia.
Ever since I was little, it has been my reason for living. It's the same path my ancestors have walked throughout history, and now I no longer understand where that path is leading me or why.
It crossed my mind at the time, but I thought I had to be crazy. Simply put it in the back of my mind after that. But it stayed there. I couldn't entirely dismiss the possibility that she was really Yin.
Interesting.
Well, hot damn. That would explain how a total amateur came out of nowhere to become Arkanceo's co-star. Yeah, through the story of how Ilya scouted her out of nowhere, made it sound like it was just a twist of fate. Then again, Yin and Rixia's rivals in Crossbell did line up perfectly. Should have pieced it together sooner.
I wonder if Cal and the rest of Heiwei know her true identity.
I imagine there was no one she wanted to keep that from more than them. Her contract holder, knowing her full family lineage, could only be to her disadvantage.
I hadn't thought of that. That puts us in an awkward position. We should be very careful about who we tell this to.
I agree. For now, let's talk it over with the chief and see how the situation progresses. This doesn't change the fact that the Red Constellation is our top priority at the moment, not Heiwei. For sure. Uncle and the others are nowhere to be found. Trust me, that ain't good. Probably means they're finishing prep. They could strike at a moment's notice.
Right. We should contact Commander Bales to get her up to speed too.
And we are back. Back to Crossbell. Civilization. We're going to go check it out. And we have permission. And give me 1 second. Excuse us. There you are. I mean, we got here as soon as we could.
It took you long enough.
Sorry about that. We had other business to take care of first. What's the skinny? Exactly as I told you. The building has been completely vacated. In total, there should have been about 100 people working here. We believe they vacated without us noticing by going through the geofront.
The entire building staff went through the geofront? I do not recall there being a geofront entrance connected to this building. That's correct, or rather, it was until they used explosives to make one for themselves. We found a path that leads to the lower stratum of the geofront B sector. They blew a hole into the geofront?
You have got to be kidding me. They really are out of their minds. That's not the most troubling thing we've found here. They remodeled Ravash's old warehouse that stored smuggled weapons. Now it's a maintenance and training facility for heavy artillery. Sounds exactly like something Uncle and the others would do. The Corps' credo calls for being battle ready at all times. They set that kind of stuff up to stay sharp.
That lines up.
To be frank, Orlando, do you know what their objective is? Is it to settle their score with Heiwei, or do you think that they could target the station or airport? I'm out of that game, so I wouldn't know. That said, if Heiwei was their target, I don't think they'd pull this hide-and-seek act. As for the station and airport, I hate to break it to you, but that could probably take either, they could probably take either of them without breaking a sweat. If they're going this far, they've got something crazy up their sleeves.
You do not think they are trying to... It couldn't be Orcus Tower, could it? Would they try to occupy it?
I wouldn't put it past them, but I don't think that's it either. Something that showy isn't their style. It also wouldn't be their arena of choice. Arena? What do you mean? Jaegers are best suited for stuff like guerrilla warfare, not tight enclosed spaces like buildings. If they had their pick, they'd go at their enemies somewhere where they can use the terrain to their advantage. So mountainous areas and whole townscapes, places that have a lot of changes in elevation.
Right, the tower would be too confined. It would also take any vehicular weaponry out of the equation entirely.
In that case, what about... First Investigative Division, Dudley speaking. Chief, good timing. What was that? What's happening?
This can't be good. Dudley, what's the matter?
The 1st Division was contacted by the CGF. An unidentified armed group has appeared on Mainz mountain path. The CGF unit patrolling the area has already been wiped out. What is going on? 1 hour earlier. This is HQ. We have a message for the 3rd Company. The armed group's goal is unknown. There's a strong chance it's those Jaegers, the Red Constellation, that vanished from the city. Prioritize the safety of Mainz's citizens. This is the 3rd Company. Roger that. As for that armed group, well... An orbital mine? Damn it, all personnel to your battle state. Oh no.
Y'all reacted pretty fast, not too shabby. It's been, what, 3 months since I got busted out? Testarossa is absolutely starving to eat up some hapless fools.
Who are these nut jobs?
Let's take out the trash, drive them back through the tunnels, and slaughter anyone who tries to fight back.
Oh my goodness. Well, Randy was right about mountainous. Oh god. It's a bloodbath. Your orders, Commander?
Oh, right. Standing around here is boring. Let's have a little fun. This way.
Follow the Commander's lead.
Come on, Testarossa. We got a prey to hunt. We're gonna have a blast.
Oh, jeez. Take cover behind the car.
Like that'll save you.
Oh, Jesus. She's insane. She's a monster.
Eat steel. Hell yeah!
Oh, no. What, did they abandon it? No. Well, no getting to Mainz right now. Yeah, Grace, get out of here. Good goddess. To think a single group of Jaegers could wreak this much havoc. I believe we all know a greater force is at play than only them, just as there was at the trade conference. You think it was the Imperial government? More specifically, it would be the Imperial Army's intelligence division, right? I won't deny that's the most likely possibility. We already know full well that one of their captains was a point of contact with the Red Constellation while in Crossbell.
If that's the case, wouldn't it be wise to beg the Imperial government for mercy? Or better yet, we can plead with the Republican government to aid us.
As it so happens, I already confronted the Imperial government about the Red Constellation earlier today. They chose to feign ignorance. The responsibility rests with me after I propose independence. As things stand, I'm in no position to appeal to the Republican government either.
Don't say that. It isn't your fault, Mr. Mayor.
Regardless, all the state government can do at the moment is issue a formal statement of protest. My primary concern remains the safety of Mainz's citizens.
The CGF was able to confirm the status of the village after requesting assistance from a civilian airship. There did not appear to be signs of looting.
Yes, but the fact of the matter is that all the village's citizens are being held hostage. Their food reserves won't last forever. There's no time to waste. I agree. We need to take immediate countermeasures. Commander, how heavy were the CGF's losses?
Significant, unfortunately, to both our guardsmen and our resources. What remains has already been deployed to the mountain path.
Stretched thin. Let's remember, our foes are war experts, but they're still hired professionals. They can be swayed by Mira. If we negotiate well, we can prevent the crisis from escalating. I'm asking the CPD to explore that possibility, while simultaneously assume the fears of the citizens. Roger.
Of course, Mr. Mayor.
I'll contact the guild and see what I can do. Yikes. This is not good. I feel bad for the people at Mainz. They're stuck. And I doubt the Red Constellation would be willing to let them out. The chief is late. Shouldn't be surprised considering what's happening, but still.
Right. The meeting to discuss the next course of action at Orcus Tower must be running long. There's also the political side of things to consider, after all.
Not to mention Wald. He couldn't have picked a worse time to go completely berserk.
Everyone? Since the chief isn't coming back, should we save the hot pot for later?
Nah, you said to go ahead and start without him if he's late. You went out of your way to prep it again, Keto. You can bet we're going to chow down this time.
But... Randy.
Never mind the hot pot. Are you sure you're okay right now, Randy? You know you can confide in us at times like this. Huh, of course I know that. I've already said it before. I cut ties with Uncle and the rest of them years ago. Crying over what my old crew is doing isn't going to do anyone any good. The best thing we can do is get some good grub in us and be rested. We gotta be ready for tomorrow, yes? Well...
Yeah, you're right. You know what they say, you can't fight on an empty stomach. We can always count on Randy's mental fortitude to help us through the worst of times. No arguments.
Don't forget how much our little encounter with south of the lake took out of us. Eating and turning in early is for the best, regardless of what will happen tomorrow. Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's start digging into these hot pots. Kia went out of her way to prepare all this. There's plenty of meat, fish, and vegetables. We'll stuff ourselves and go to bed early. Yeah.
Let's eat. Kia, don't worry about what's going on up the road and eat your fill. We'll take care of it. Okay. Fear not, Zite. I will save you some meat and fish for later.
Man, though, like, I know we're going to be expected to go out there. Let me guess, a drunkard? Everyone is sound asleep. Let me guess, except for Randy. There's Noelle. Randy. Don't you dare. Going somewhere? Figures you'd be here. Man, why the hell are you waking up so early? That's where you're wrong. I'm just getting back from my favorite bar. I've no right to judge you for keeping secrets, but I don't think the others are going to take you running away very well. Probably not. This is my problem, not theirs. Saying about Uncle or Shirley. There's no way in hell I'd let Lloyd and the others put their lives on the line fighting my battles. So I'm going to finish this fight on my own. That's the way it has to be. If you say so. You and Wald are the same. Are all men this stupid? Why can't any of you just be sincere? Man, just leave me alone, will ya? I've been meaning to ask you this for a while. Which team are you on, anyway? Something tells me you're not referring to my innocent little comment about men, are you? In that case, your guess might not be too far from the truth. You don't say. I thought you smelled like a few badasses I've crossed paths with him back in the day. Guess that means you were playing dumb around that girl, too. I wonder about that. Well, as thanks for keeping your mouth shut, I'll pretend like I'm in the dark tomorrow. Have fun going as wild as you'd like. Thanks. I owe you one. I want to fucking hit you, Randy. With him gone, I'm not too confident in our combat strength anymore. I think I might have to call Abbas for support. Oh man. Damn it. I went to go settle things once and for all. See ya.
This cannot be happening. How could he do this?
Especially after what we spoke about last night. Damn it, he even left his enigma behind.
Randy. No luck. No one in the neighborhood has seen him around.
He must have taken off in the dead of night while everyone was asleep.
But where could he have... By settling things once and for all. Does he mean Mainz?
Yeah, I can't think of anywhere else.
Should I contact the guardsmen dispatched on the mountain path?
I wouldn't count on it.
Chief.
Sheesh, took him going stray for him to finally clean his room up for once, I see. I already contacted CGF, but they haven't spotted him either. I can only assume he's taken an alternative route up to Mainz. Never forget that he's a former veteran Jaeger. I don't think he's going to have trouble staying out of the CGF's line of sight.
Well, yeah. Yes. I thought he trusted us more than this.
I think the best thing to do is observe the situation for now. Jaegers practically have the home field advantage in the mountains. Even if we chase after him, I doubt we'd be able to catch him. No. I doubt Randy left for Mainz overnight. I wouldn't rule out him still being in Crossbell City even.
What? What makes you think that?
It's simple. If Randy were seriously about to combat the Red Constellation, do you think he'd be able to do it with just his stun halberd?
Oh. A valid point. He is not that brazen.
You're saying he'd have to go pick up something first. You thinking he's looking to get something that packs a punch like back in his Jaeger days? Considering his past, I'm sure Randy has a lot of experience wielding heavy weapons. That kind of firepower can even be bought in the city if he knew where to look. I wouldn't rule out that he's had something like that stashed away somewhere either. Fair point, kid.
Then, shouldn't we go to all the locations in the city he frequents? We may be able to determine where Randy has gone. Right. This seems like an idea worth trying.
I was thinking the same. What's wrong, Wazy? Do you think I've made a miscalculation? No. I'm simply surprised. I'm on board. Your explanation was convincing enough. If you think he's still in the city, where do you think he went? Right. First and foremost, I'd expect the downtown district. Ashley, the owner of Nine Valley Exchange, is also an arms dealer. Guillaume seems like he'd knowledgeable. Typo. Like he's knowledgeable when it comes to heavy weaponry as well.
There is also Drake, the owner of Barca Casino. He could know something too. Randy was always there wasting the night away. Good idea. Hasn't Randy known him since he first came to Crossbell?
Huh. Orlando, you poor SOB. You should have known better than to try to shake the SSS. You're already hot on his tail.
You've got that right.
We have to be. As the leader of the SSS, I'm not going to turn a blind eye to selfish defection. We'll pinpoint his location and drag him back here by the collar if we have to.
Naturally. We'll even put him in cuffs if that's what it's going to take. Will Randy be okay?
We'll see to it. I promise we're going to bring him home.
You don't need to worry. So wait patiently here with Zeit for us, okay, Kia? Okay. Lloyd, everyone, be careful out there.
I'm going to kick your ass when I find you, Randy. And Wazy, as soon as we find out about your little secret, I'm going to kick your ass too. Off to the casino in the entertainment district and the 2 shops downtown, yeah? Right. There could be clues lying in other places too. Unfortunately, we don't have time to go outside the city right now.
On the bright side, we did not receive any new support requests this morning. That gives us more time. The lack of requests is probably due to what happened yesterday. HQ is still in utter disarray. I've heard the CGF has suffered losses too. Forgive me, Noel. Considering your position, I'm sure you're taking that news much harder than we are. No, it's okay. Guardsmen are ready for this kind of thing. More importantly, I'm a member of the SSS right now. Just like Randy, let's go bring him home.
Right. Okay, up to the roof. Get food. Give it the gladiator. Impede. Thanks, Copay. Everything going alright? Well, look who it is.
Hey, SSS, thanks for yesterday.
Are you two already back to work?
Yep, it's all thanks to you guys. I'll give you lots of pats on the head as thanks later, my dear Tio.
I politely decline. If you have the energy to fawn over me, then you must be feeling better.
Yeah, but we can't push ourselves too hard yet. Huh? I just realized, where'd that redhead of yours go? This is his usual cue to chime in and not so subtly hit on Aeolia.
Looks like something happened between you guys. Want to talk about it? Actually, yeah. Lloyd and the SSS explained that Randy had disappeared. Hoo boy. I had a hunch something like this might happen since we found out the Red Constellation are the ones behind Mainz' occupation.
How will the Bracer Guild proceed? The CGF is trying its best to push them back, so we'll wait and see. However, if the situation drags out any longer, we'll have no choice but to intervene. Isn't that right, Michelle?
Correct. We might even need to bring in some A rank or higher bracers from nearby countries to help. You'd go that far?
Well, only in a worst case scenario. Arios is in the middle of discussing things with the mayor. If it looks like the CGF won't be able to hold out.
Well, the guild's creed is to prioritize civilian safety, so of course you'll have to intervene. Regardless, I'm worried about your redhead friend, too. Don't know what's going to happen from here on out, but you best watch your keisters. Yeah, we will. Yeah. Here we are. Hey, it's a special sports section.
You guys look like you've been through a lot in the last 24 hours. Wait, isn't Randy? No, where is he? He couldn't be. Well...
Sorry, Grace. We'll tell you all about it some other time. Let's go, everyone.
What? Hey, wait, Lloyd. Listen here, I've no intention of following you all the way out there. But how about I give you a little word of advice?
Excuse me?
What do you mean by that? Let me start off by admitting that I know a thing or two about Randy's backstory. I don't mean to be rude, but I can't deny I was a little suspicious of him before. That said, I've also seen everything he's done with the SSS, so I'm on his side too, and believe in him. Grace. Going by your reactions, I can piece together what happened. He's on his way to Mainz by himself, isn't he? He's trying to resolve this whole mess himself.
You can tell?
She is not a reporter for the Crossbell Times for nothing. Damn, Skippy, I nailed it, didn't I? And that means you all are on your way to drag him back. I doubt you'll listen to me if I told you not to. You guys have made up your minds, haven't you?
Of course we have. Randy's our friend.
That's right. We won't abandon him. I hear ya. In that case, you don't really need my advice. So I've only got one thing to say to all of you. Kick some butt, SSS. And when you get back here with Randy, let me get an interview so I can write all about it.
Thanks, Grace. She cares. Well, hopefully everything's okay in Arkansas, considering what happened yesterday. Well, there is Rixia. Hello, everyone.
Well, if it isn't my favorite little guy in the gang again. What are you guys doing here?
Rixia.
It's good to see you, Rixia. What's going on? Did something happen between you and Lloyd, Rixia? No. Besides, we don't have much time until the performance. I'd like to review the scene prior to the duet once more. So do I. I want to make sure I've got that part down pat. If you insist. Sorry, gang. Unless there's something important going on, it's time for us to get back to work. Now's not the time for us to get distracted.
Sure.
Sorry to have interrupted you. I'm sorry, I have to focus on tonight's performance.
Rixia. Muriel is not going to be happy. Rare to see you in the city, Second Lieutenant.
True, I just got here recently. I'm waiting on the Deputy Commander. He's had a series of meetings with Commander Bales this morning. Chief Sergei was in the same meeting last night, too. If the two heads of the CGF are here, it must mean that the countermeasures in the mountains are not going as planned. About that, I spoke with your chief this morning. He told me Randy has disappeared.
Yeah. We suspect he's headed for Mainz mountain path as we speak.
I thought so.
Are you okay?
I'll be fine. More importantly, Randy running off has something to do with his past, doesn't it?
Well,
as much as I wish I knew more, there's a lot about Randy's past that he never told me about. After all this time, I still don't know why Randy refused to use a rifle when he was in the CGF. But it doesn't give him the right to run off like an idiot and worry all of you like this. I'm sorry, Second Lieutenant. This is the most foolish thing he has ever done, and that is saying something. The CGF has suffered enough losses from the situation already. The commanders are likely devising a new relief force to take over. Until then, we're not going to be able to do much. We can't even deploy a unit to pull Randy away from there. So please, SSS, please drag that idiot back here for my sake.
We will, Second Lieutenant. We're going to bring Randy back for sure. We're going to try to bring Randy back for sure. Time to get down to business. Alright, what do you know?
There you are. I had a feeling you kids would be showing up soon.
Is that because Randy was here earlier?
Yeah, he called me and came to pick up some things this morning. Told me to play innocent if you came around, but I don't take orders from him.
Lucky us.
In that case, what did Randy order?
Was it an orbital rifle?
No, nothing that plain. More like explosives, armor-piercing rounds, grenades, and some old-fashioned gunpowder ammo. He cleaned me out, believe it or not. Oh, and an unregistered Enigma 2 that I picked up on the black market.
That's not good. He's armed to the teeth now.
Yes, and if he is using an unregistered Enigma, he knows he cannot be tracked. Did I hear you right? He didn't buy any standard weapons? Believe me, I tried. I suggested a few of my best orbital rifles and gunpowder rifles. Suppose they weren't up to spec for the next commander of the Red Constellation.
Ashley.
So you knew. Huh, of course I have. Information is my livelihood. Don't get me wrong, though. He's out to give them hell, not join them. That's sad. Remember, the Red Ogre and Bloody Shirley are monsters in every sense of the word. That playboy former Jaeger is going to get slaughtered. We will not let that happen.
That's why we're here to stop that. They've been like this all day. Trying to scare them probably isn't going to work.
Yeah, I can see that now. It's not my fault that idiot gets himself killed out there. but I'd rather not lose a loyal customer. Drag his ass back here, will ya? Of course. Thank you for the information, Ashley.
Damn it, Randy. Got anything? Hey, kids. What's going on with Randy? I can tell he's up to no good. He barged in first thing in the morning asking me to do some crazy work. I had a feeling.
What time this morning?
Around 5 a.m., I think. I was already pulling an all-nighter when he barged in to force me to work on, more work on me.
What about his request was crazy? Did he have a heavy weapon with him?
Yeah, sure did. Though the thing was pretty shot. Let me tell you, it was falling apart. The thing hadn't been used in a while, so I gave it some tuning and maintenance. I mean, cleaned out the exhaust unit. That thing is nuts. Must be some kind of monster to wield a sucker like that. If I had to guess, it's likely the orbital rifle Randy used in the Corps. I wouldn't doubt it.
Thank you for the information, Gilliam.
No sweat. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but I could tell he had something heavy on the brain. Y'all are his friends, so I hope you'll look out for the guy. Of course we will.
Roger.
For once we're here not for pleasure, but for business. Hello, everyone. I take it you're here for Randy? Correct. I assume he was here earlier? Yes, he walked in here about 3 a.m. He drank for a bit and then left.
Then this was likely his first destination. Did he say where...
Sorry. Did he say where he was off to? I see he didn't return to the SSS just as I suspected. No, he didn't specify any location, though he was being more loose-lipped than usual while he was drinking. He also retrieved a certain something from me when he was leaving. And what would that be? A large trunk. I wouldn't be able to tell you what's inside. Randy entrusted it to me 2 years ago when he first came to Crossbell. He told me to destroy it and throw it away at the scrapyard if he ever died.
My word, Randy. That does not seem like him at all.
I know a bit about his history. However, I don't know everything. You may be the only ones who can help him.
Drake.
We know. We will.
That idiot.
Okay, let's get moving.
We have a good idea of Randy's movements between last night and this morning.
Yeah, let's try piecing it all together. Where did Randy go first? Barca Casino. Next, Gilliam Factory. Then Nine Valley Exchange. Yeah, that has to be it. There's no mistaking it. 3 to 4 a.m. he was at Barca Casino. From 5 to 6 a.m. he was at Guillaume Factory. 6 a.m. Nine Valley Exchange. He began by seeking Drake to pick up the trunk he left with him. As for what was inside, it was the weapon Randy used while he was still a Jaeger. It's likely a type of high-powered orbital rifle.
Bear in mind that orbital rifles are typically disassembled when transported or stored away. Randy likely took it to the repair factory to be serviced because it had not been used in over 2 years. That was my thinking too. Having a well-maintained weapon is a matter of life and death on the battlefield. Randy wouldn't go anywhere without having it checked first.
Finally, he stopped by Nine Valley to stock up on supplies. He bought gunpowder ammo too. Apparently that's no ordinary rifle.
I've heard that Reinford Company does make models that can change between orbital power and gunpowder rifle ammunition. Whether or not it's one of those, I think it's safe to say it's likely a modified weapon.
It wouldn't surprise me. The Red Constellation uses large rifles like that, the likes of which I've never seen before. Anyway, I think that sums up what Randy has been doing the last several hours.
Randy left the exchange shop sometime after 6 a.m. It is about 10 a.m. now, so we are 4 hours behind him. Which means it's going to be difficult to find his trail now.
Not necessarily. Randy's tough, but even he has his limits. If he's really going into battle with the Red Constellation, he'll be sure to be well rested beforehand. That, and we can count on him trying to use the terrain to his advantage. He knows he'll only have one shot. Assuming it is not a suicide mission, of course.
Regardless, we don't have much time.
Yeah, we have no choice but to book it to Mainz on the dump. It couldn't be.
Is it Randy?
SSS, Lloyd Banning speaking. Hello, Lloyd. Could you have perhaps been expecting someone else? This voice. How do you have this number? Please, haven't I told you that I'm a big fan of the SSS? Times department store. If you have the time, please come to the roof.
Lloyd, was that not... Who was it?
Cal from Hayway. He said he's waiting for us on the roof of the department store in Central Square.
What?
At a time like this, what is he planning? I'm not sure. All I do know is that he, of all people, wouldn't reach out to us without good reason. I say we stop by there before going to the mountain path.
Understood. We should hurry.
Why is everyone walking everywhere? Don't you have a sense of urgency? I'm glad you didn't delay. What do you want? Didn't bring protection with you this time, Cal?
That's right. Aren't you usually with that one bodyguard? Lau, I believe is his name?
We've been terribly busy, so I have him running errands for me. Besides, those drunk fiends aren't in the city at the moment, are they? That means I can walk underneath the blue sky's splendor without a care in the world.
You are as dubious as ever.
When I think of Hayway's youngest and sharpest manager, I don't think sunshine and rainbows, that's for sure. Perhaps you are correct. Neither of us have time to spare, so allow me to cut straight to the chase. The truth of the matter is, I received a message from Master Yin last night, stating that our long-term contract is being terminated.
Oh, well...
Oh dear, I was utterly shocked. I tried my hardest to have Yin reconsider, but alas, no such luck. How troubling indeed. Oh yeah?
What does any of this have to do with us?
What exactly happened at the southern shore of Lake Elm yesterday?
Are you asking because...
So you know we were there too, which means we ran into Yin. Indeed. I also know members of Ouroboros and Bracers were present too. Do tell me, what happened to Master Yin?
We are under no obligation to tell you anything.
Does that mean something did happen to her after all? Don't let him get to you, Ellie. One slip of the tongue and... Wait. Well, aren't you a sly dog? Interesting. It's as I suspected. Master Yin is indeed a woman, May I presume that she used Negong to alter her ki and physique? Given her extreme physical prowess, her success on the stage comes as no surprise. Damn it. I did have my suspicions, so I researched every Arc-en-Ciel member's schedule. Whenever Master Yin would refuse our request, it happened to coincide with days Arc-en-Ciel performed. My oh my, thanks to you, I finally have had it confirmed.
What do you plan to do with her?
For the time being, absolutely nothing. Since I'm the only one within Hayway that knows for the moment, I thought I could perhaps blackmail her. Unfortunately, the Bracer Guild being involved makes it too hard to have all of you silenced right here and now. Now isn't the time for tasteless jokes, you know. If that's all you had to say, you'll have to excuse us. We're busy. Oh, you don't have to be like that. I'll offer you some good news as a reward for the valuable information you've given. You're looking for Randy, yes? I believe he was sighted somewhere along the Mainz mountain path 3 hours ago.
Really?
We have specialized units for the purpose of monitoring the Red Constellation's movements. I received the intel from them. How convenient.
Can you be more specific?
He was seen south of the waterfall where the CGF has its defenses posted. He scaled down a raised area with a rope. My men gave up on their observations out of a fear of being noticed after that.
Lloyd.
I'll hand it to you. That's exactly the kind of info we needed. Thank you, Cal. You have our gratitude. Your success only benefits us in the end. See to it that you don't fall in battle alongside Randy. Your opponent's strength is immeasurable. We know. Alright, let's get a hold of the Chief's Enigma and then head for the Mainz mountain path. Wait, oh, okay, we're calling him.
Okay, Roger. There's still time. We have to catch up to him.
You better not do anything with Rixia, alright? I must say, I do enjoy watching naive yet passionate exploits. Well then. We have a critical situation on our hands. I believe we must use all the tools at our disposal if we are to survive. Amen. Hopefully the car is going to be okay there. There's the ridge before the waterfall.
It is just as Cal's intel described it. Let's move.
Randy, I'm so going to kick your ass. Get out of my way. Okay. This must be the rope he used to climb down. There's no telling what could be down this way, though.
You're right. There should be a rocky ravine that way, but it looks like it goes down forever.
I know, but this is the only way we're going to catch up to him. Descend the rope. Alright, is everyone ready?
Preparations complete. All set.
Ditto.
Let's get moving. Randy is waiting for us.
Right, everyone, watch your footing as you climb down. Oh, jeez. Deserted mine.
Where are we? It looks like a shaft that's connected to a very old tunnel. This may connect to the deserted mine that was sealed during the incident in August.
Yeah, I think that geographically lines up. If this path leads up to the deserted mine, that could give him the opportunity to emerge behind the Jaeger's defense line. That would make this the ideal path for him to take if he was looking to take them by surprise.
I sense that Randy has already passed through here. Luckily, the tunnel ahead is not too complex. We should be able to proceed without getting lost.
Good to know. Alright team, let's catch up to Randy.
Yes, Roger.
Huh? LNC? Anyway, Wazy, I'm mad at you. Get out. Ooh, good. Darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Time to kill monsters. Ooh, the burst gauge. Kill them! Ooh, level up. Probably going to need it too. Oh man, I almost missed that. No orbital lamps or anything.